Welcome back to the deep dive. So if you've spent any time online this summer, you've probably seen it.
Oh, yeah.
That promise of a quick, simple fix for mosquitoes.
The magic button.
Exactly. And today we're diving into one that's been popping up everywhere. The MosqiShock Electronic Zapper.
Right.
The ads make it sound perfect. It's quiet, uses UV light to lure mosquitoes in, and, it's supposed to work inside and out.
It sounds like the dream, doesn't it? But that's our mission today. We want to cut through all that marketing gloss.
Okay.
We've got the sources lined up, trust ratings, real customer reviews, and the actual science of it all. We're going to see if this thing actually delivers.
Where should we start?
Let's go straight to the biggest initial red flag. Trust. We ran a website, MosqiShock.com, through some analysis tools. It did not do well. It landed squarely in the risky category with just an average trust rating.
Okay, but I mean, a new company might start with an average rating, right? But risky? That sounds more specific. Couldn't just be that the domain is new?
That's a great question, and it's a critical distinction. It's not just that it's new. The fascinating part is that the domain is barely a year old, and it's tied to a registrar that's, well, it's known for hosting high-risk websites.
Ah, yeah.
So when you combine that really short lifespan with, an association with bad actors, it just screams, be careful.
Yeah.
There's no long-standing, verifiable track record.
Right. That immediately lowers my expectations.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what people are actually experiencing, the real-world results.
Yeah.
We looked at feedback on sites like Trustpilot, and wow, it's overwhelmingly disappointing.
It really is. The most common feedback is this kind of tragic letdown.
What do you mean?
People say it lights up and looks nice, but
Right.
the pattern is clear. It just doesn't attract or kill mosquitoes.
I saw those reviews, people getting bitten while the device is sitting right next to them.
Exactly. And that's the kind of thing that fuels the skepticism you see all over forums like Reddit.
Right. I saw those threads where users were warning people, saying they recognized it.
Yep. They called it a cheap imported gadget, just being sold under a new brand name. And honestly, the visual evidence completely backs that up.
Oh, so?
The product photos, they are identical to these super low-cost UV lamps you can find sold under dozens of different generic names.
So this is the same device.
The very same image even shows up on massive manufacturing sites like Made in China. It points to a classic case of dropshipping, just reselling a cheap import with a big price markup.
Okay, so let's pull back to the bigger picture here, the science of it. Why does this kind of device struggle so much, whether it's cheap or high-end?
Because mosquitoes are just incredibly sophisticated hunters.
Okay.
The issue isn't really the quality of the UV bulb, it's the mosquito's biology.
Right.
They primarily rely on detecting body heat and, this is the crucial part, carbon dioxide.
The CO2 we breathe out.
Exactly. That's how they target us. UV light is, well, it's just not their main navigation tool. It's not what they're looking for.
So that makes the entire marketing claim feel kind of obsolete before you even plug the thing in.
It does. If UV light isn't a primary factor, or maybe not a factor at all, then selling a device based only on that feels pretty disingenuous.
Yeah.
So when you add the science to the high-risk website rating and the terrible customer reviews, the pattern is just crystal clear.
It's a product that sounds great on paper.
But in reality, it's an ineffective and
Right.
very likely just a cheap rebranded import.
So the big takeaway for you listening, if you run into sites like this, ones that promise these miraculous fixes but have these low trust ratings, what's the practical advice?
The advice is critical. Protect yourself. Always use a secure payment method.
Like a credit card.
Exactly. Something that gives you the ability to dispute the purchase when the product, inevitably fails to work. It's essential protection.
Absolutely. And that leaves us with one final thought. If mosquitoes are primarily hunting using CO2 and heat, what does that imply about the technology that we'd actually need to disrupt them? Maybe a device that somehow captures your breath.
No, that's an interesting idea.
Something to think about. Thanks for diving deep with us today.